All right, so we're going to be taking out some of those rules that we learned earlier in this chapter using the product rule, quotient rule, and power rule, and trying to solve now these logarithms right here. And so just want to keep those in the back of our mind right there. And we just want to make sure that we understand that when we solve log equations, it's super important that actually at the very end that you just plug it back in just to make sure that it is a solution, because you may get a problem thrown at you and it's, like it could be an extraneous solution, which just basically means that it's not a solution, and you wouldn't want to be caught off guard with that. So let's go ahead and get started with this guy. So if we look at just the left-hand side, what we have right here is that we are adding two logarithms. And if you look right here, that's going to be our product rule, where when you add two logarithms, that's the same thing as taking the log and the product of those two logs. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to say log of base 8, and now we're going to take the product of those guys. 3 times 2x plus 5, and that's equal to then our right side of log base 8 of 33. Okay? So we just use our product rule right there. Now what we have here is we have the log of 8 of some kind of product right here, and then log base 8 of 33. We know that when you have the log of the same thing on both sides, then you can say, oh, well, that's just 3 times 2x plus 5 is equal to 33. And we learned that in example 1 and 2, where I can go from here and then now I can just take the log of both sides. Okay, so what I'm trying to say right now is that the only way that you can do this right here where you drop the logs is if you are taking the log of both sides, and you can't have anything extra. Like you can't have like a plus 5 right here. This wouldn't work then, so you wouldn't be able to do that. Okay, so from there now this just becomes a pretty familiar algebraic equation to solve. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed to do that. So I'll divide by 3, and then I will subtract 5, and then I'll divide by 2. So x equals 3. Sweet. So if you go back up here, if you were to plug in at least a 3 right here, when you took the log of 2 times 3 plus 5, is that a positive number? Well, the answer is yes, right? You can only take a log of a positive number. So that's like the first thing you check is, are we taking a log of a positive number? If it's negative, then we know that our answer is extraneous. But then if that's true, the next step is now actually plug in 3 here and work it all out, and both the left and right side should be equivalent. And when you do that, you will find that they are exactly the same.